looking at the duplication of roles that one of us has picked as far as clamping and towing away of vehicles that maybe violate certain rules within the city. To begin with, the TTI is doing that within the program area. In other words, they are not covering the whole city in terms of those claims, but there is an area that covers the whole project. I think from 15th Avenue to 8th Avenue, and then from the boundaries. So they do that within those boundaries, and that is catered for in the contract agreement to say enforcement here will be done by the counterpart. So as to the issue then of revenue streams being depleted, we share that revenue. In the contract, there is a provision, of course, for the parking fees, there is that 70-30. And then for the fees that we raise through violations, the sharing ratio is 50-50. So the ratio, City Council does get something out of that. And at the end of the program, of course, that means that is if it ends after 6 years, then City Council will take over everything. Remember earlier on I said a local authority or government will say this is our function, but maybe at the moment we are not in a position to implement it. Let's find people with expertise, people with resources to assist us in that regard. This is what is happening. And then, of course, we've got our own guys who do the clamping as well. Mainly they cover areas that are not within the program area. Then the second one, I think on the issue of asset declaration, maybe someone else will handle that. I think the second question was, were the residents informed of all these stages when we were procuring this partnership? Right? The thing is, procurement procedures were followed in this particular instance. To say we have advertised. Yeah? Procurement procedures were followed. I'm not so sure now. Look, there are a lot of tenders that we have done. So I'm not so sure whether every time we flight a tender, we've got to tell the residents that we are at this stage. I'm not so sure of that, because there is a provision that we follow in the Act, which we believe is okay. If then there is a suggestion that maybe this is what should happen, that can be considered. But as things stand, we followed the procedure on how to conduct procurement.